The iLLANOiZE app is available now on Apple and Google Play Store. Download the app, get the latest news, stream our podcasts, watch interviews, and listen to iLLANOiZE Radio live. Download the app right now. You're tuned in to Chicago's most valuable online radio show. I'm your host, Biko.
It's your girl, Pretty Right.
And this your boy, Illinois Jones.
And you recently heard Cowboy with Envy Me. First and foremost, how have everybody been? It's like, I don't know, though a week only passed. It felt like forever. How y'all been doing these times?
I feel like this week was a very heavy week.
Mm-hmm.
Like with everything that's going on in Minnesota. I got family in Minnesota, so they been in our family group chat like, y'all, it's crazy out here. Like, they really out there fucking shit up. So, I don't know. Like, it's been a week to be a black woman. And I know I'm not a black man, but it's like, obviously, like, I share that same pain. So, it's just been, like, a weird week being black. Like, I've kind of been going back and forth in my own mind about, like, damn, like, if you think about it for, like, the past, like, 8 or 9 years, like, our summers be defined by somebody black being killed, and we a hashtag. And I'm just, like, I'm kind of over it, and it's, like, I'm far beyond, like, talking about it. Like, what do we do to change this? So, like, me personally, I just been going back and forth in my own mind, trying to figure out, like, what's a solution? Where do we start? Because obviously the peaceful protesting, it ain't working. I can't even say the riot isn't necessarily working. So, like, what do we do?
Yeah, it's a great question. You know, that's something that everybody's trying to figure out.
That's why I say I've been going back and forth. That's why I haven't really made, like, I've been seeing people speak their piece on the internet and, you know, people. And then it's like, I also feel like, too, like, for everybody that's like, oh, if you remaining silent right now, then you choosing the side of the oppressor, like, damn, everybody dealing with this. Just because I don't know what to say right now doesn't mean that I'm affected. Can I have some time
to myself to
process what I'm going through instead of
Whoever
just
said they need to get slapped.
A lot of people have been saying that. A lot of
thing.
people have been saying it in reference to their, you know, like non-black friends. I don't have many of those, so I ain't really got much to say about my non-black friends and their silence on stuff. But they probably in a place too, like, especially in my generation and younger generations, I feel like younger generations are not necessarily as affected by racism as older generations are. So they probably in the same position as us, like, damn, we feel like what they doing to y'all is fucked up, but we don't know what to do either.
And to, you know, go off of that too, what is a tweet or a post really going to do for this situation?
Exactly. Like,
come on.
It's like that's all we've been doing is tweeting.
Posting, and sharing content of what's going on.
And it's like, that's not going to do anything. And they even talking about celebrities aren't doing anything. Like,
well, what they supposed to do? You got celebrities, you know, giving out funds to help, but that's the most they can really do. Social media right now is just in a frenzy.
It's just weird. I feel like people just really like, I saw this girl tweet, shout out to Deja, I'm about to steal her tweet. She said, excuse my French, people be bending over and talking right out their ass. And I feel like that's what's really been happening is people just out here saying any and everything without putting any thought behind what they're saying.
And I feel like some of that's going on with the protests too. Like, I just want to say to everybody out there protesting right now in Chicago, because downtown is flooded right now. Y'all be safe. Most importantly, please protest in peace. Think before you do. That's the most important thing I want to say to everybody. Please think before you do. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I think while you out there protesting too, like, know what you're standing for. Like, it's one thing to protest, but like, if we don't have no real agenda, like, that's why I feel like it's low key too soon for everybody to be rioting and stuff. Like, in Minnesota and Minneapolis, cool.
That's
but it's
different.
like, until we have a common agenda that everybody in every single state can be like, okay, this is what we're fighting for. This is what we're going to do. Here's the plan. Y'all just kind of out there making a lot of noise. And I feel like in a way it's like Ferguson all over again. Like, I hate to compare the situations, but there was a heavy hype. I don't even want to call it a hype, but it was a heavy support around Ferguson, the Ferguson riots when it happened. And then now it died down, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if there's something that we going to do, we can't keep letting stuff die down. We're going to have to maintain the same momentum, whether there's a new hashtag being created or not. So
keep that same energy, man.
Jones,
I think my thing, to go back to what Pretty Rod was saying, when people were saying, like, don't speak up on it, or, you know, why people not speaking up? If you not speaking up, you're part of the problem. This shit it's so overwhelming, bro. Like, you got to think about it. We done lost probably, like, 3 or 4 people within the past month to violence due to police, bro. Like, that's a lot to take in, bro. Yeah. To really just be like, damn, didn't we just lose somebody? Like, we just lost. It felt like we just did our ill talk about Aubrey. Mm-hmm. Now, then the young lady got killed by a police officer like a week later.
I think her name was Breonna.
Yeah.
Taylor, I think her
name. They
was.
went into her crib and accidentally shot her and killed her.
So then,
like 8 times too. Like, that's not an accident. Like, you're aiming to kill. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could very well be wrong.
She got shot.
She got shot by law enforcement, and then you have this. And I think, I'm not mistaken, I think it was another situation, but I'm not for sure. But then you have this. It's like, you gotta just step back and be like, whoa, like, I haven't been watching the news, bro, because it's too depressing. Think about it, bro. I think one thing about these riots right now, bro, everybody's just been sitting in the house watching the news. So it's like a lion or a tiger or a wild animal being in a cage and somebody just keep poking them with a stick. You feel me? And they finally get out. What you think they're gonna do? They're gonna fuck some shit up. But you know, it's time. We don't have the leaders that they had back in the day to actually organize the right protests. There's no Martin Luther Kings. There's no Fred Hamptons. There's no Malcolm X. There's no Harry P. Newtons. We don't have those out here to people we can follow and understand and just get behind this with. You feel me? Shout out to Killer Mike. I watched what he said.
Yeah, me too.
I felt everything he said, and what he said, it hit. And you have to sit down and take time and think, plan, and strategize. You know what I mean? And come out with a plan, because you don't want to burn shit down that you own. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then you come out to ashes. We got to rise up together. And my thing with Chicago through this, bro, like, I want to see the gang violence. You know what I mean? I would love to see.
That shit need to cease.
Like,
I'm sorry.
I mean, that's real. We just gotta find we have to find a solution.
Call us a truce or something. Like, at the end of the day, like, this is the wrong time for black people, black women. This is the absolute wrong time for us to be against each other.
Yep.
Like, the absolute wrong time. We need to be together.
So they
don't have to. Y'all need to call a temporary truce. Y'all need to let bygones be bygones.
Not even temporary.
I mean, not even temporary. I mean, I'm saying temporary because I'm not in that shit. So I don't know how deep it go. I don't know. That's a lot of history that's gonna have to be undone for people to really call a truce forever. But that's something that's gonna have to happen. Like, y'all gonna have to put that to the side right now, because we got one common enemy right now, and we can't be each other enemy, and we trying to fight the same person.
We can't be face to face with the enemy and then be looking at us. We have to watch our backs, bro. Mm-hmm. That's not comfortable. And you know what I mean,
I was thinking too. I've been wanting to say this. Like, we as black people, after all this is said and done, we need to put that same energy we got right now towards our own kind, as far as like black on black crime. We need to adjust that too, because I myself, it hurts my heart when things is done, niggas are still gonna go back to shooting and killing each other. That's not a good thing. So I want,
like, that's race on race crime is going to be in any community, though. Mm-hmm. It's Mexican on Mexican crime. It's white on white crime. Do they report it as much as they report our crimes? No. But if you go to a white community and there's nothing but white people there, any crime committed is white on white violence.
Still
white
crime.
On white crime. So it's like, at the end of the day, and then too, like, I don't like hearing that black on black crime, because at the end of the day, black on black crime is a direct just effect of systematic racism. We didn't ask for guns to be put in our community. We didn't ask for them to flood our street with drugs.
But like, you still have a choice.
You still have a choice, but at the end of the day, a lot of times we saying that because we've had the mindset to get out of it. But for people who've never seen anybody get out of that, that's what they feel like that's all that they have.
I think the problem is, it's not the fact that it's black on black crime or white on white crime. I think it's the fact that it's police killing people.
That's the main fact.
Well, that's the main. He's saying, like, when it's all said and done.
When it's all said and done.
I mean, when it's all said and done. But it's it's something like what she said, like, it's going to be crime within communities, wherever you at. You know what I mean? It's going to be violence. This country is built on violence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But the fact of the matter is...
And racism.
The fact of the matter is, it's the people who's supposed to protect and serve the community that's committing the violence, and that's not getting any consequences from it. That's the problem. You know what I mean? Because what's a slap on the wrist? If I do anything illegal, I can get some years in jail. You know what I mean? And the feds is gonna take whatever assets or whatever type of money I got. But if a police officer shoot a young black man,
we gonna put you on.
He gonna get fired. Mm-hmm. He gets fired, and he still gets his pension. His family gets his pension. You know what I mean? When all this stuff happened, they fired him at first, and then he get locked up weeks later.
Yep.
He
got bail?
You feel me? So you don't hold bail. I know people who non-violent criminals
that don't get bail.
That don't get bail, who have their whole life snatched from them. Their whole family life is in shambles because of this. So it's not a fair system. You know what I mean? And I think that's the worst part about it. Looking at it, you see the injustice.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, we jumped into that, did we?
Right,
definitely.
Take the blindfold off of Lady Liberty's eyes, man.
Yeah, that most definitely, so she could see how unbalanced it is in general. I love you for that, my brother. Real talk.